You guys don't need to worry about me getting revenge from Diddy. I've got 3 moves that make sure he'll never be able to come after me or my family. First, I personally reached out to the victims' legal teams. The real reason he's not getting out is those buried cases behind the scenes. I provided legal funding for 7 victims who had been silent for years and brought in the top criminal attorneys in the country. Second, I bought up every potential post-release business deal he had lined up. I planned this 2 years in advance, so by the time he got sentenced and still had hope of getting out, every partner had already cut ties with him. Third, I don't just have evidence, I've got backups. This is an entire minefield that's been buried for 20 years. I uncovered every secret from the last 30 years. With testimonies from the victims, we interviewed over a dozen people he tricked, threatened, or violated. You think that's harsh? No, he destroyed other people's lives for decades. I'm just making sure he spends a few extra years in prison for it. I'm not afraid of his people, not afraid of his threats. I know he's still in there fantasizing about a comeback, but the truth is, he's never coming back.
Try to phone me. Hit you but no delay, so what you saying, yo? Silly with that 9 milli, what the devil, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes' show. Look, man, if they try to say that if you ever thought that the Busta Rhymes was better than me, you crazy. You crazy, man. You just looking at this
Man, I'm chilling. I ain't bothering nobody, I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I go shopping, I give me a mean leather jacket. I think I'm doing my thing. I'm like, I'm my own little planet. I ain't f***ing with nobody. Just always gotta try to one up on me, right? Have one up on me. I get a banging leather jacket, this Busta get a leather line up.
For weeks, scattered clips and offhand comments drifted online, but the documentary forges them into a single, relentless narrative, locking in on Busta Rhymes at his most exposed. What starts as casual talk about influence, legacy, and roots quickly escalates into a high-stakes battle over credibility. Once the digital crowd chooses its target, the timeline becomes a ruthless arena. No rules, no moderators, no mercy. And when perception outruns reality, one sharp question remains. How often does the truth even get a chance to speak?
visual artist. It's always been that. When Busta don't look like Busta, because Busta neck getting big and Busta belly is sticking out.
Tell him to change too big. Whoa, man. Tell that nigga's change too big. He ain't got no friends. They're not telling him.
Busta can't match up with 50. Is you crazy? Put that shit in front of me. You put that shit on the side. Put that shit behind me. Man, he's at a point where he just had a moment and everybody showing their appreciation for his run.
Bring up to 50 Cent for bringing us out there with him on that Final Lap tour. Did the first show July 21st. My last show was November 21st. He's still on that same tour.
Yeah, man.
He don't play with that work. Ever since he first came to Violator and the first Get Rich or Die Trying came out, he was the only one that would jump on a plane like the shit was a cab. This is how he...
There was a time when 50 Cent and Boya moved as one. Shared hunger, shared wins, an unbreakable front in a world that feeds on weakness. The documentary cuts deep, showing how fast that bond can crack when controversy steps into the light. Loyalty in hip-hop is praised like scripture, but under pressure, it's tested to the core. And when standing firm starts to carry a cost, the truth gets sharp. Who remains unshaken and who fades into the background, a silent witness to the storm.
There has been so much going on in the music industry and the headlines pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations, and the things that are coming forward with him?
I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. When that time manifests, then, we'll speak about this, hopefully when that time comes. As far as I'm concerned, you know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak.
One of the most unsettling truths isn't what's said, it's how it's engineered. The documentary reveals a world where conflict is rarely accidental. Every spark is designed for maximum exposure. A comment becomes a headline. The headline becomes a narrative. The narrative becomes power. In this arena, attention, not truth, is the real currency. And when outrage drives the engine, one question cuts deep. Who actually benefits from standing on honesty?
Seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before
Oh yeah.
in some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like, every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that. Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin, and the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy.
The documentary enters dangerous territory when private lives and personal identities are turned into spectacle instead of treated with dignity. It triggers a cultural reckoning, asking whether hip-hop has grown enough to separate real strength from mockery and honest critique from dehumanization. In a genre built on expression and resilience, it forces a hard choice. Does growth mean fueling shallow hype, or rising above it with discipline, integrity, and respect?
Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. But I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this, bro.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, it's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls.